Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Check it out. Body armor. I mean, should you have some? Should you not? Should it be restricted? Should it be available to civilians? This is a conversation that recently it was taking place, and you know, a lot of people ask me about my opinion because I got a YouTube channel. I'm very vocal. This is not a persona. This is how I am. You know, I don't fake YouTube videos. I am how I am. But a lot of people ask me about that, and that question to me is mind blowing because why would you not? Or why would you want to put restriction in body armor? And it comes down, this conversation comes down from the active shooter that recently happened with a bad guy. The active killer was wearing body armor. So I got to tell you something. First of all, Hollywood mentality. You know, civilians think, or many civilians, some of you guys have training and things like that, but some of the civilians think that because, you know, new guys, because you have body armor, you can do whatever you want. You know, you can walk around, people shoot you, and nothing happens. That's not the case. First of all, law enforcement, military, people that have taken training, they know where to aim, you know, places in your body to aim, to readjust or to rework the fact that you have body armor to eliminate a threat. So any police officer know what to do in the case of you wearing body armor. So when they say like things like, well, a police officer won't be able to take him down. No, cops are trained to take you down even when you have body armor. So they know where to do it. Or at least when I was a military police officer, we did training on those things, right? Different types of drills and things like that. And the other thing is like, just because getting shot with body armor, like I say, it's not like in the movies. You're not going to be walking around. You're going to feel it. So if you get shot multiple times, you're going to feel it. Most likely you're going to go down, and it's going to slow you down pretty much enough for the cops to continue to assault that target, if you want to put it that way, or continue to advance and be able to neutralize the threat, right? So there's techniques and things like that. Just because you wear body armor doesn't mean that you are invisible. But the thing about this, that when people say things like, well, civilians shouldn't have it, I don't understand how some people wants to disagree with a component of a survival system that it's going to give you a possibility to survive a violent confrontation. I mean, essentially, that body armor could protect you and could save your life. So how are we going to disagree with somebody having a piece of equipment that is going to save their life? And people are going to say, well, you're never going to use that, blah, blah. Nonsense. Ferguson. Riots. The city was burned down. There's guys here that were there, put comments. We have talked about this, right? It was all over the news. Maryland riots. Police couldn't respond to your house. People were breaking into people's houses, and people did not have a way to contact the police, or when they contact the police pretty much didn't respond. Here, hurricanes. During an emergency situation, houses were being broken into, and cops could not, in many cases at one point, could not respond due to emergency, the hurricane coming and all that stuff. I mean, we have businesses, we have so many locations that were targeted during the hurricane, right? So again, you know, stuff happened. And the fact that you have body armor could protect you against multiple threats, right? So I just don't understand how people will say, well, we don't need this piece of equipment because people only use it because they want to do violent attacks. That's not right. That's not a good point. That's not a good point to bring, because people do violence attacks with vehicles. We still have vehicles. I mean, the guy in New York used a vehicle and ran people over just several months ago, right? People use horrific issues or horrific attacks with knife. We still have knife. People use blunt objects to commit crazy crime. Kids die in pools every single year. People still have pools. Florida, everybody has a pool, except me, but everybody has a pool in the back of the house, right? So again, just because something happened with an object doesn't mean that it should be, oh, you shouldn't wear body armor because you're going to have it because you want to commit a horrible attack. That is not the right mentality to have when it comes to that kind of system. Body armor could potentially save your life, could potentially save your life against a horrific and violence attack. It could be the difference between you continue to be in the fight against multiple attackers coming into your house than essentially dying and your family being killed because you couldn't continue to fight. To me, I don't know what people are thinking sometimes. Some of the advice or some of the opinions, I don't think people are being mean. Some people are just not being mean or being, hateful against the Second Amendment or not. Just some people are not really educated in the topic. And when you see horrific events happening, what happens is a lot of people make decisions based on emotions. And when you make a decision based on emotions, a lot of times could potentially be the wrong decision. You really need to, pass the grieving portion, sit down, really think about some of the decisions that we got to make as a country. Anyway, guys, keep the families in prayer. Ohio, El Paso, Texas. I mean, what a horrific event. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. We got a lot of videos coming out. Keep the families in Ohio and Texas in prayer. They really, really need them. And as always, God is in control.